Hey yo, who's in your news feed? Dun, 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 dun. Dyze in your news feed. What is the word, peeps? What goes on? J Porks here. We're back. Day 4. I think it's day 4 on the COVIDeo series. Live streaming. We're staying home. We're staying safe. We're staying healthy. And we're encouraging you to do the same. That's why every day we're going to come to you with a live video. Not a live video, a video that was recorded live. My frustrations with YouTube grow by the day. So we might get into that a little later on. But just, listen. Don't leave your we all know what's going on here. I mean, I'm on, what day is today? Today's Friday. It's my 4th video. It's my 5th day home from work. My job is closed, so instead of, as you know, I have a podcast every weekend, Dyze in Your House. It comes to you exclusively on Least Coast Radio. You can find that soundcloud.com/Dyze in Your House. You could also go to patreon.com/jporks. Those are the 2 surefire ways to get the podcast. It will be up on YouTube on the same playlist that this video appears, if that ever happens. But I'm going to take this microphone out of the way because I'm not using it. So this video is being recorded. It's 6 a.m. But the process in which this was being recorded began much earlier than that. So I really was dead set on setting up YouTube live streaming. Because the sound quality in this video from my phone, the video quality is probably better than my computer, but the sound quality, not. It leaves I don't like these angles. Leaves a lot to be desired. So I tried to go live on YouTube and it wasn't working. So I'm here again, day 4. So yesterday you got a video of me walking down the street because I was taking my walk. Because, listen, as long as there's nobody around, don't get stir crazy. Get your exercise in. Just don't do anything strenuous. This is a serious matter we are dealing with. And the more Americans we can keep healthy, that's how we win the day. That's how we'll win the summer. If we can just have less Americans dying from COVID-19. That's the way we do it. And the long game here is voting in November. We need to make sure that we are all healthy enough to get ourselves to the polls November 3rd and make sure that we take our government back. Because less Americans would be dead if it wasn't for the lack of leadership. I will say that every single day because it is true. I will not politicize this because this is the definition of how politics can get people killed. Oh, all politicians do is fight over things. Well, not really. That's not what this was. There was a department in the government whose job it was to try to prepare America and Americans and the world for a global pandemic such as this. We are outlandishly underprepared. It is a failure of leadership, and it is time. The experiment is over. I'm thinking the reality TV show White House, I'm thinking that's over now. It has to be. For the safety of Americans. Okay? Now, here on this podcast, not here on this podcast. This isn't the podcast. The podcast is audio every weekend. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Jay, why aren't these videos on SoundCloud? Well, A, I'm not getting SoundCloud Pro, so you can forget that. I'm not paying for SoundCloud until I have to, which I don't have to at the moment, so I'm chilling. Also, if these videos went up every day, the podcast would be less important. See, I'm probably going to have a longer podcast this week. But the podcast it's the juice. It's what you're going for. It's the main attraction here. This is just added bonuses. If I was going to make a video podcast, I promise you that there would be better lighting, better cameras. We'd be ready to go. This is just me. You're about to leave your house probably. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, I can't stay in this house anymore. I got to get out. Before you do, sit down, watch the video, hang out with me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to hang out with you. Hit me up on Twitter at JPorks. Hit me up on Instagram at Dyze in your house. Go to my Instagram and look at pictures of my cat. As with every video this week, this is the fourth one. Same story applies. My cat is in my closet. Charlie, he's the best. And he'll probably come out in a little while. So when he does, I am going to snuggle him. I'm just letting you know that that's a thing. Don't be surprised when that happens. So day 4. I'm home. Still home. I've left the house to walk, to exercise in the form of walking. I have not been around people. I've been paying attention to what Governor Cuomo says. And that's, hashtag stay home. We're not on a lockdown. So let's, not spread out as much as we could. Let's not gather in large groups of people. Let's make sure we wash our hands. And let's not touch our face. We do those things. That's what the CDC tells us to do. The CDC is telling us that these are the steps we can take. They're not saying, hey, do long division. They're not saying, hey, go outside your house and dig a hole. They're not saying anything. They're not saying, send us this money. They're not saying any of that. They're saying, avoid gatherings of large groups of people. CDC said 50. Now it's more like 10. Avoid large groups of people. Don't touch things. And if you must touch things, wash your hands. And also, wash your hands if you don't touch things. Don't touch your face. And also, wash your hands. And don't touch your face. I am a face toucher. I will admit that. You know what? Probably by the end of this video, you will catch me touching my face. It's hard to do. Pause. It's a difficult thing to do. And, we need to do our best to stay vigilant because that's all we need to do. So just putting it out there. Also, the war comparisons. See, yesterday I did a video from this same spot. And then I was trying to edit the lighting because I thought I was cool. I wasn't. And I had to delete the video because I ended up cutting most of the video. I had a 13-second video. I'm really not technologically savvy. But in that video I had mentioned some things, so I don't want to accidentally mention them again. But people finding comparisons to everything. I might have mentioned this on day 2. So, the whole my grandfather went to war, and you're being asked to sit on your couch, that's not an equivalency at all. That is not what this is. There was 3 channels back then, and no social media. Your grandparents weren't enjoying themselves. They weren't not complaining going to that war. I promise you that. You're talking about a country that was founded on people. The only reason that British people came to this country was because they didn't want to pay taxes because they're a bunch of fucking freeloaders. That's the only reason they came here. So this idea that Americans were the type to not complain is complete bullshit. I'm sorry. You're right. We're not being asked to go to war right now. You're right. Good. I'm glad. Why are all these Americans dying, though? As if we went to war. Lack of leadership. I need Oh, wait. I am going to have closed captions on YouTube. YouTube will provide me with closed captions. It auto-generates. So, lack of leadership. Here's hoping that worked. Or lack of leadership. I don't know how it's going to roll out. Good stuff. Okay. So, besides being political, which is what I do on my podcast, I encourage people, we got to vote. We have to save democracy. Fascism is seeping into the American society, and it's becoming more and more acceptable. And we can't allow that to happen. Hey Google, what is fascism?
According to Wikipedia, fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and of the economy, which came to prominence in early 20th century Europe.
These are not things that are American values. These are not things that your grandfather went and fought for. These are the exact things that your grandfather went and fought against. So when I bring up voting, don't pump your chest out and try to tell me not to politicize things. We need to vote. We need to take our country back. This is not a country run by 68-year-old billionaires. This is not America Incorporated. It's not what this is supposed to be. Our country is not supposed to be a corporate conglomerate with pieces of it for sale. That is not what it's supposed to be. And everyone waiting for a check, keep waiting. They're not sending you a check. First of all, let's discuss it. Let's discuss the checks. Let's go with the yin and the yang of the checks, okay? Now, Andrew Yang ran on a platform. Andrew Yang, Democrat, he was running for president on the Democratic side. He dropped out of the race. He supports Joe Biden. Now, before you tweet hashtag Yang Gang, remember that he endorses Joe Biden for president. Andrew Yang knows that Joe Biden would be the best president of the field of people who are options right now for president. So Andrew Yang, math whiz, smart guy, startup guy, tech guy, knows stuff, smart guy, very smart guy. He ran on a platform that was giving Americans $1,000 a month. Give them $1,000 just for being Americans, so they could have that money to spend. So they could spend that money on things and help the economy by pumping money into the economy. But Andrew Yang wasn't like, yeah, we're just going to give people $1,000. Andrew Yang had an intricate plan on how to do it. It was going to tax Amazon. Amazon Corporation, which pays no cap, $0 in taxes per year. That's a fact. Amazon doesn't pay any money in taxes. I'm mad liberal. I have to point that out. So Andrew Yang was like, all these corporations like Amazon and whatever corporations don't pay taxes, we're going to tax them. And that's how Americans are going to get this $1,000. Boom, boom. Does the math add up? I don't know. But right now, the government is like, we're going to send checks. Where are you taking the money from? We don't know. What? So you're literally going to print money and send it to us? That's not how to fix an economy at all. That is not how any of this is supposed to work. We're just going to print money? That's essentially what they're doing. They're essentially saying we are going to send you money, but we're not going to, we're not taking the money from anywhere else. It's just magically appearing. It's magically delicious. Where? Where is this coming from? I just want to know. Also, am I getting a check? Do I get a check? I'm off work. I'm getting paid. Do they know that I'm getting paid? Because they said that these checks are going to come within a month. They said within the month we're going to get checks. First it was 2 weeks, now it's like within a month. So you mean to tell me in this next month you're going to figure out if my job is paying me, how much my job is paying me, if they're paying me a portion or everything? I'm not talking about me personally, I mean like everybody. You're going to find out which Americans are not getting paid from this. What about everybody that works in a restaurant? They're all working off the books. What documents are there that they're working? And if there is people working off the books, why are we not going into restaurants and arresting the owners of these restaurants who are hiring people off the books? I don't understand. They're evading taxes. Like when I was a waiter, I made $3 an hour. Facts. Super facts. I made $3 an hour. And I would make tips. My biggest night was like a Tuesday night. I used to work at a place, and we had a pasta night. So it was buy one pasta, get one for ridiculous deals. Like, I'm Jewish, so like I'm all about. I ain't lying about the deals. The deals are real. Bars. See, I get a SoundCloud, all of a sudden I get bars. I used to clean up. I'd make like 140, but like I'd make like 140 every Tuesday, average. So like sometimes I'd do like 2, sometimes I'd do like 1. Sometimes I'd do like 250, sometimes I'd do like 90. But either way, I would used to make bank just doing this, telling jokes, being stupid. And occasionally, bringing people the food they ordered. But that wasn't really the focus of my waiter career. The focus of my waiter career was meeting people, giving ladies free wine, and putting my phone number in the bag that I wrapped up the food in, which is utterly hilarious. I can't believe how many times I did that. That is mad creepy. Anyhow, if I was still a waiter right now, I would be dead. Like, it doesn't matter that the government is talking about sending me a check. I would be dead already before the ship even sank. Name the band, please. If you don't know, if nobody notices, I'm so accidentally musical, I drop quotes and song lyrics and song titles in conversation. And if anyone ever tweets at me at Jay Parks and points out, hey, I know where that's from this, I will send you some free artwork. I promise you I will. Because I love you. So how is the government going to find out who's working, whose job is closed, who's staying home because they're sick, and who's staying home because they don't want to get sick, who's staying home because they might want to get sick, who actually gets the checks? There's a lot of moving parts here. And I have to tell you, don't count that money, because you're not getting it. And if there's one thing you need to take away from COVID mania today, besides washing your hands and staying home and staying safe and staying healthy and voting Democrat, which are all things you need to do. This is not a joke. Like, and I've said it, I've told my dad. My dad is not that good at math. My dad is not young. I told him to stay home. I said I will pay him the money that he would make per day to stay home. He says no. He's got to go out and pay these bills. Now, he's using all the precautions. He's not one of these people that thinks he's not some old guy that's like, oh my God, it's not real. No, he knows it's real, and he's taking all the necessary precautions. He just refuses to take my money because, he has, that's pride. So stupid. Pride will get you on the streets. That's a fact. So, listen, tell your loved ones, people should stay home. Nah, I know you're saying, but Jay, I hate my family. Dude, same though. Complete same. And that's why it's 6:30 in the morning. I've been up since like 1. I've been taking naps. I've been timing my naps for when the people in my house are awake. So that I can wake up and just play with my cat, drink my coffee, and hang out. And it's good times. And you should find a rhythm. And I'm here. If you're bored, listen, you can always hit me up. Comment on the video. Say, hey, Jay, I need someone to talk to. Hey, Jay, I'm going through it. Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here I just want to be your friend. There have been people who I only know through the internet, right? And they've been there for me, and they've helped me with things. And now I just want people to know that I'm here for them. Whatever you need. And remember that if you take one thing away from this today, it's that we had Republican members of Congress and the Senate, as soon as they found out about the COVID-19 scare, not the COVID-19 scare, the COVID-19 wrath that it was going to ensue. Once they found out how serious it was going to be, they sold off their stocks in February, banking a cool $1 million apiece. Interesting. So tell me again about how Republicans care about human life when, while Americans were dying, they were selling off their stocks and making bread. Let me know. Tell me. Share that with me. Share that with me, MAGA Universe. Tell me what's so conservative about that. All right. We've reached 20 minutes. Day 4. Jay Porks. Dyze in your houses every weekend. That means tomorrow we're going to have a brand new episode, along with a video. We might have a video of me recording the episode. Facts. So, keep it locked. SoundCloud.com/Dyze in your house. Patreon.com/JPorks. And, keep it locked to YouTube. And follow me on Twitter, @JPorks. Follow me on Instagram, @JPorks. And listen, man, it's not really fun to be stuck in the house, but it's fun to be healthy. And it's going to be way more fun to be healthy in November, voting Democrat, and making sure the blue wave comes for 2020 and helps save our fucking country. Jay Porks, Dyze in your house, exclusively on East Coast Radio.